Hey, this is Meredith's husband. I've got some SEO advice for you, but I'm going to keep it really simple so that you can understand it, so it makes sense, and most importantly, so you can actually use it. Do you remember?
No.
I hesitate to ask this, but do you remember where we left off?
No.
Yeah, so we were talking about Bing and getting your website into things like Chat GPT.
Right.
Into
yes.
AI results.
Yes.
Specifically, Chat GPT we were talking about.
Yeah.
And we had talked about how Bing has partnered, or Bing was one of the initial backers of Chat GPT. And so Chat GPT uses Bing as their search results. So if you go on Chat GPT and you use their search function, you are actually searching the current web if you have their latest version, which might still be a paid version. I have the paid version. There's a free version, I think. I don't know if it uses the outdated model now or if it uses the current model. I don't know. Anyway, so I had a student actually write in and say that they found their website in ChatGPT and pretty high on Bing. And they weren't doing that well in Google yet. But so that's not unusual. If ChatGPT is using Bing, you would expect any website doing well in Bing to more likely appear in ChatGPT, right?
Yeah.
So if you go do a search on ChatGPT, it now lists, it gives you an answer, and then next to each part of the answer, it will give you the source of where that answer is coming from, where it got that answer.
Meaning, wait. The source, like, let's just say you are Googling, I can't even think of anything, toadstools. It'll give you the place, the website that you're looking for, as well as how it got the information?
Where it got the information.
Where?
So it would come back and it would
where?
tell you all the, not all, but it would summarize the important stuff about toadstools, what they're made of, how tall they are, where you can get one. And
where
then
the creatures that live underneath them.
And then along with those, each portion of the answer, it will have a little link of, say, this information comes from such and such a website.
Okay.
Now, I used to think that when you did that, before they started listing their sources, I thought that they were just summarizing the entire internet for you.
Right.
Like if you did a search about toadstools, that it was going to basically summarize all the information out there. No, it's not really doing that. It's really just summarizing the top results from Bing, which to me is a lot less impressive, although I'm very glad that they are now listing their sources. So if you want to dig deeper about a specific portion of an answer, you can do that. You know where to go. And it used to be that when you did a search like that in ChatGPT and it would list, say, 3 sources, if you went to Bing and did the exact same search, the top 3 websites would be the sources.
And now if you went to Google and did the same?
No, I'll get to that.
Okay. I'm jumping ahead.
Yeah. Well, you see where I'm going.
I guess I do.
So that seemed really even less impressive to me, because then it's starting to just look like featured snippets, which is a very old feature that Google has been using for years. And it's just doing it with an AI voice or, giving you the result in a much more intelligent format and it, therefore more impressive. So yes, Google is doing the same thing. Google now has rolled out to everybody Gemini, which is their AI.
Right.
And it's their AI engine.
So that's their ChatGPT version.
Correct.
Okay.
And what it is it's basically doing the same thing. Now, ChatGPT has a huge head start on Google.
Yeah.
I do not deny it. I use ChatGPT every day.
Yeah.
Initially, I was using it to test things out for the search feature. I now, if I'm going to do a search, I use Google, and Google gives me very similar results to what ChatGPT does. Gives me a summary, gives me the sources, lists those sources. Also, those sources tend to be not always the top, but the first page results.
Okay.
So, and this feature, I think, is getting better because, like I said, initially it was just the first 3 results. If you ask ChatGPT or Gemini, tell me about toadstools.
Top toadstools?
Yeah, they would give you some information and it would be the top 3 results. It's now not so much.
Okay.
In fact, every once in a while, there's something in there that's not even on the first page. So these Google and ChatGPT, or Bing probably, are using some sort of algorithm to determine which websites, which search results are best to use as their sources in their
not necessarily
AI
the top
results.
3?
Not necessarily. And that engine, to me, that algorithm, I should say, seems to be getting better.
Meaning?
It's not just the top 3.
Great. Yeah.
Yeah. So that algorithm is getting better, and I think will continue to get better. And I think from here on forward, I expect Google to dominate that space using AI to deliver search results, because Gemini, Google's AI, is going to be based on Google results.
Right.
Chat GPT's is going to be based on Bing results. If for no other reason, Google has a far superior search algorithm to Bing. It's not even close.
Now, do you think ridiculous. Bing could catch up to Google?
No. They've been trying for decades, and they're so far behind.
Like I laugh like I'm on Google's side.
Now, for other things like using AI to help generate transcripts, I was going to say blog posts, but I'm going to steer away from that topic.
Yeah.
There, ChatGPT is way ahead. Google's version of that is not so good. Yeah. First, you got to pay for it. And then it's convenient because you can use it right in Gmail. You can use it in Google Docs, et cetera, et cetera.
Right.
And it's very easy to use. But I would say the results are still not as good as ChatGPT, in my opinion.
Currently.
Yes. Okay. So what does this all mean? The question, remember, was how do you get your website into ChatGPT and into Gemini?
Yeah. The same way?
If ChatGPT is getting their results from Bing and Gemini is getting their results from Google, SEO, so getting high in search engines is going to be your best chance of getting into ChatGPT and Gemini.
Right.
And some people ask, well, how do you optimize for Bing?
Right.
Because I said it's different. It's basically the same stuff. And Bing is currently, for search, such a small market share that nobody really cares. Like if you're doing well in Google, there's a pretty good chance that you're going to be doing well in Bing. Occasionally, people do well in Bing and not in Google. But I don't think I have ever seen somebody doing really well in Google and not doing well in Bing.
What do you mean by market search?
Market share.
Market share.
Market share. So 5% of all search queries are on Bing.
Okay.
93% or 92% or 91% are on Google.
Right.
Okay.
And the remaining
things
4%?
Other things. DuckDuckGo. There's other things.
Ask Jeeves.
Yes. Ask Jeeves is still a huge one in some country. I don't know. Probably not.
Nice.
There is one additional feature that I think is going to be especially important for Google's algorithm in choosing which websites get into the AI results.
Okay.
And that's going to be something called EAT. E-A-T?
E-A-T?
It's actually called EEAT now. I'll get into that.
EAT?
Yes. It's an acronym. Expertise, authority, and trustworthiness.
Oh.
So trustworthiness. Google is going to rely on those factors, I almost can guarantee this, to determine what search results are going to appear in their AI-generated results. Because they want something trustworthy.
Right.
Trust me. So I'll get into that. We'll cover that in a future episode.
Okay.
I also have some of this in the course that I have coming up.
The what?
The course.
The what?
Yeah, so we haven't been doing podcasts as frequently as we should have been because I've been very busy working on something which is soon to be released. And in that will be a section about specifically what can you do to get your site into AI.
Right. Ooh, very exciting.
I think
you have been working.
I have been working on it a lot.
Yeah.
And you have been saying, let's do a podcast. I'm like, I can't even think of
I know.
a podcast.
I'm like, we need to do podcasts. We need to do podcasts. I'm working on modules.
Oh, that's an impressive impression.
Thank you.
Do I really sound like that?
No, not at all.
Okay.
No, I'm working. You're hard to imitate.
Meredith does really good impressions, by the way.
Yes.
Of most people, but evidently not me.
Not yet.
I'm one of a kind.
Well, I've no.
Yeah, you have no. It's the forest from the trees.
Yeah. Yeah, no forest from the trees.
Okay, thank you.
Hey, thank you so much for listening. We really hope that you find this helpful and useful. And if you do, what you could do for us as a thanks would be to, drumroll please, yes, leave a review. Yes, everybody says it, I know, but it really does make a difference. Take 3 seconds, leave as many stars, say something really nice about what you like about the podcast and maybe why other people would like it. It would mean the world to us, especially my husband. That better? All right, I'm going to try one where I'm not going to be charming.